So here's a small recap of what I did. Did the floor, wheel tubs, roof, and it's all this Mach 66 sound deadening. In my opinion, this stuff works great. I've never used anything else. I couldn't tell you if it works better than others, but for what I've been noticing, it's done great. There is a difference on here. It was very, very echoey sounding before, and now it just sounds solid. I have seen some guys do the doors. I've seen some guys do inside the doors, like in here. But what worries me about all that is I'm not planning on driving this car in the rain, but I do plan to wash it. And what I'm thinking is, if you put it back there, I know you have to roll it in to get all the air bubbles out, but how good you get them out, nobody really knows. And what I'm scared of is, what if moisture gets back there and eventually causes rust on the whole door panel and quarter panel that I just got done replacing. So I may do some more research. Don't know yet. So I'm sure this stuff here will help a lot. I still have a little bit to do there in the front, but overall I think it came out great. And for the money that I spent on it, I think it's well worth the money. Like I said, I couldn't compare it to the most expensive stuff, but so far I've been pleased on what I've seen and felt. I'm not gonna put any in the trunk. So my next step now is to get those caps on in the back and get everything in the back done, like the little panels that I have left, the fender for the bottom where the exhaust goes, and maybe the bumper brackets, and maybe even the bumper. I do have that stuff here, just to kind of get it out of the way. It'll be a lot easier to get the car in and out. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide the car forward and get this stuff installed. Pays off to have your bolts in the little baggie. Now, these were the original bolts that came out of that when I first removed it, and I forgot I had them. Good thing I labeled it and saved them. So I'm gonna go back and put these back on, and then move on to the other part. So bag them up. Alright, kind of have them loose for now, in case I have to adjust them. But I'll tighten them up later on. You have some studs in the inside that I can tighten up from the inside, but once I put this rear valance on, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to it. So I'm gonna mock up the other one, and I think I'll be able to get to them because the other one screw into the holes here. So let's go ahead and test fit the other one now. All right, I got this mocked in there. I just have those nuts loosely installed. So now I can put the rest of the little screws that came with it, a little hardware. I still have to transfer the license plate light that goes through there. I have the original one. Hopefully I can resave it. still need to take it out of the rear piece that I removed. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish installing this and then get on to the next part. So here is the rear bumper, finally. Got the brackets on there. It's not tightened all the way, just loosely in there. There is a left and the right one. Hopefully I got it right. That one's left, that one's right. I don't remember. I remember mocking it up a little while ago, but it's been a little while, so that's why they're loose for now. Before I put the bumper in, I need to put the caps on, the left and the right. So I'll go ahead and get those, put those on, and then see if we can put this bumper in there. And then if everything looks to fit properly, then I'll tighten all the screws and bolts and nuts up. So let's get those caps. Get the rear. The rear is on. Let's check. Nothing's hitting. Lines up decent. So now let's go ahead and try to mock that bumper on. All right, so let's make sure that the bumper is gonna fit, and if it does, we'll take the brackets back off and install the brackets first so we can tighten everything up. Looks like it's on the correct way. Now I'll go ahead and take the bumper off and install the brackets outside so we can get to it from the other side to tighten that up. I think I can get to the license plate holder. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this back off. It's not on there really tight. And then I'll tighten it up and put it on, and that should be it for the rear bumper. I may need 2 hands for this. Need one there as well. Okay. Looks like it's gonna work. Let's tighten it up and check it. Check it to see if there's any distortions. That side still needs to be tightened up a little bit. Same for the other two. So let's button this up and then install it. Looks pretty good. Let's check the gaps. Looks fairly even. So I'll go ahead and finish tightening it up, and that will be it for the rear bumper. So there it is, guys. Rear bumper is installed, and it just transforms the rear of the car. Everything is tight bumper wise. I may have to remove the end caps here later on to finish putting in the little gaskets and stuff. I was thinking I had to get it on first before the bumper, but there's plenty of room to get them in and out. So once I found that out, then I'm just gonna mess with it later. I just wanted to get the bumper for now, but it turned out really good. I'm really happy the way it looks. Lower valance looks good as well. I was gonna put the honeycomb trim that goes up here, but I need to polish the trim, the aluminum trim, and I probably won't get to that today. I'm not sure. We'll just see. So for now, what I'm gonna focus on is I'm gonna go ahead and clean the engine on this car. I will rebuild the engine eventually, but it's running pretty good right now. So I feel like there's not a need. I'll drive it around for a little bit. I just wanted to get it on the streets and enjoying the car. And then once I get a little bit more money, then I'll go ahead and pull the engine and rebuild it, and possibly do a stick shift in the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some degreaser on it, run some water through it, and see if I can make this engine bay look a little bit better. Spray it down. Doesn't really matter, so I'm pretty much spraying everything. And now, just wait and let that thing do its thing. I'm gonna go ahead and close the hood a little bit to kind of keep the sun away from it. You're not supposed to let it dry. So let's let that sit for a few minutes. So it's been sitting there for a few minutes now. Now I'm gonna take the water hose, and with some pressure, light pressure, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning it. Probably do it one more time or a few more times and then call it good for now. I'll probably come back with a brush and a soap bucket and get everything, but I just want to get the old grease and oil that's been sitting there for a while. I'm not gonna get it perfect, but it's looking a little nappy. Can't have the outside looking good and the inside not that great. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it a few more times, and I'll let you see it once I'm done. So here it is, washed. Turned out okay. Probably needs another wash, but for now, that's gonna be plenty good enough. I will wash it later on real good once I get ready to, put things back together in the front. But for now, this is fine. I just wanted to get some of the grime off. It's bugging me. I still need to paint back there where those little rust spots are at. I did paint this front end, but they have this compound on here, so I don't think I'm gonna get it off that easily. I'll give it a few scrubs here and there, and if it doesn't come off, I may have to repaint it. Still thinking about that. The power steering pump was leaking pretty bad, and it had a bunch of oil on it, and it cleaned up pretty nice. It looks like it has 2 different kinds of blue on there, so doesn't really matter. Eventually, when I take the engine out, I'll go ahead and clean all this up and repaint it the right color. I'm gonna repaint the valve covers. I would like to change the heads, but that's way down the future. For now, I just want to get it put back together so I can drive it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on maybe to the back again and do the trim. I'll probably try to restore the original glass that it came with as well, or I may buy some new one. I'm still debating. I guess it depends if I can get some of the scratch marks that it has off, because that stuff's a pain in the butt to kind of wiggle in the in between the door here. So we'll see.